to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Well, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, we are starting to open up, and Facebook is dividing us into those that care and those that do not. How good is your restaurant really? And post some pictures of yourself now, because it's going to be valuable to someone somewhere down the line. All these topics are going to be talked about and discussed here on this episode of DeaconLive. How are you? How are things? How are things going? Are you surviving still? And, welcome to your weekly, daily distraction from everything that's going on out there. And like I always do at the very beginning of the show, big hands above your big head and your big fat body, and reach up and stretch. Oh my God. Oh, I was talking to some friends of mine the other day, and what do you do? Just you're at home with your family, your kids, and the kids normally, you deal with them a couple hours in the morning, and then you push them off into a large cheese wagon, and then there's someone else's problem for a while, and then of course they come back home on that cheese wagon, or you got to go pick them up. But you've got time to yourself, and your wife, same thing. Your husband, wife, whatever the case may be, you are you see her in the morning, or you see him in the morning. Your significant other in the morning, and maybe a couple phone calls throughout the day to see what's going on, plan what's going to happen, who's getting who after work or during work, and who's picking up Jimmy, and who's going to little Mary's ballet recital, and then you come home and you got a couple hours, if you're lucky, with your significant other, and then you go to bed. And now we've been all thrust into this. You have to these are the people you love, these are the people that you live with, and you are thrust in these homes, and now you're like, that's fine. That's fine. You know why? Because there was a goal. There was an end. There was an end game. Okay, we're only going to do it for a couple weeks. And a couple weeks led to 4 weeks. And 4 weeks led to 6 weeks. I have no idea what week it is now. But I'll tell you, it's getting to some people. You just need to get a little escape. Get a little away from, whoever that you're with. Trying to get away from them for a little bit. Well, you know what? Hopefully, hey, this is your main, this is it. This is your main escape. Tell your whoever, give me an hour. Give me 1 hour. I'm going to go step in the other room. I'm going to put my headphones on. We'll run on the treadmill. I'm going to lay in the pool. I'm going to do something for 1 hour away from you. And this will be your escape. And that's listening to Deacon Live. You can also call us at any time at 407-448-8800. We are live from the Queen City studio, located just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. Make sure you go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio, and that's where our main broadcast starts. And then from there it goes to, I counted it the other day. Oh, God, excuse me. I counted it the other day, and we are on almost 47 different platforms as far as DeaconLive. DeaconLive, all one word. So anywhere, if you can't find us, you're not spelling it right, or you're not looking hard enough. But you don't have to look hard at all. And so that's all the information to get you on board with the Deacon Live podcast. So yeah, 47 different platforms, and we're seeing a lot of numbers, and of course the stay-at-home numbers are getting larger and larger because more people have time to listen to it, and I'm watching people are listening to, like, we have 230 some odd shows, and I'm watching like the 2017 shows. The numbers are, they get a little bump here and there, like a 4% bump or 6% bump. And I see the 2018 shows and the 2019 shows, and it's funny that, and I appreciate all you guys that are listening to us and going back to the old podcast. The old ones, they're really primitive. I mean, it's like you can watch the show evolve. It's like we're watching The Office right now. We're on season 7. I've watched it, all the seasons completely before, but my wife's never had. My wife has never watched it before. Not my wife's has, anyways. So she's enjoying it because, she's now dealing with this, corporate life a little bit more than she was when The Office came out. And she's like, he's such an idiot. He's such an idiot. And I'm like, I know, isn't it great? It's great. It's funny. So we're watching those back, but you can see the first season's really, really raw. And then they kind of fine tuned it a little bit. And then they start hitting their stride around season 3 and season 4. And then it got kind of the bottle rocket without the stick attached to it. And you light it and it just kind of goes off in a weird direction. But yeah, that's the way the beginning of our podcast. But I mean, that's with anything. That's anything. You just don't jump into something and being great at it the first time you do it, or you try to figure out what works. You throw the spaghetti at the wall, and what sticks is the spaghetti you don't put in the pasta, and what doesn't stick is did I get that backwards? What sticks on the wall is what you keep, and what falls on the floor, well, guess what? The dog's having lunch. But yeah, go back and listen to all those. They're fun. They're light. It's not really. I don't want to say that they're time restrained as far as am I talking about things that are happening in 2017? Yes, but I'm not talking about an individual thing, individual day and stuff. They're all wide open. You can listen to them and they still hold up. Kind of like The Office. That's it. That's all I got. Go on to something else. So a lot of things have been happening here at DeaconLive, and my wife, she's working from home, and I feel bad for her. She's got her office in the front of the property, and I've got the studio, 800 square foot Queen City studio over our 14-car garage. I know, baller. But I mean, our eating habits are changing. Our sleeping habits are completely changing. I know that you guys out there, your sleeping habits are changing. Normally there was a cutoff time where we, in bed by this time and lights out by this time. Now it's kind of like, I literally just roll out of bed and, well, not me. I have to do stuff here on the French, but my wife literally just rolls out of bed, changes her pajamas into another set of pajamas, and then, we'll have breakfast, and then she sits on the phone and she's on the computer all day long, and I'm in and out and in and out. So anyway, our life cycles have changed. Our sleeping, our eating habits have completely changed. But there's a lot of people that own businesses where they're the way they do business and the way things that they do to maintain, some kind of income, some kind of structure has changed as well. And I'll jump into a little bit more of that here as the show goes on. So stick around. When we come back, we'll get into the meats and the potatoes of the show. And we'll kick everything off here in just one sec. You're listening to DeaconLive right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to DeaconLive. Give us a call anytime at 407-448-8800. We are live from the Queen City studio, located just outside of Charlotte, in the beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. Make sure you go to Prophet Radio. That's PROPHET Radio. And you can get all our past archives as far as podcasts and stuff. And we're available on iHeart, iTunes, and all those where you listen to podcasts. 47 different platforms. I think I counted up the other day. Now, I was talking about how, your at-home lifestyle changes. We all know that. I'm not saying anything that you guys don't know. It's difficult now to find stories and stuff that's either not, where's my stimulus check? Where's my where's my money, or how many people are dying in Coronaville, and when can we go out again, and it's hard to find stories because you hear 15 different things from 15 different sides of the aisle, and you don't know what to believe. So I'm trying to keep it as light and fluffy, just so you don't want to hear. Like I said, you're taking 1 hour away from your family and stuff just to get away, just to relax, just to hear someone who agrees with you, to have someone tell you you're a good person, you're doing everything you're supposed to do. And, I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. We did the big stretch already, and everything's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. unless you are a company, a restaurant, or one of those people, I say people, I was watching the news this morning, and there was a little cake shop that started a year ago today. And it was like Marie's and Elizabeth's Pastries and Cakeries, something crazy like that. And it was a little mom and daughter started this bakery shop, and we're doing well. They were doing good. You know, you always have your first year struggles. If you don't make it in the first year, normally you might as well throw in the towel and close up shop. Well, they were doing well. And then this coronavirus hit, and I mean, a cake shop, no one's really going to the store or going to them to have cakes made. You know, weddings are being postponed, anniversaries are being postponed because you're not allowed to have gatherings of whatever, unless it's a house party. And I've got a picture of a house party that'll make you guys sick. I'll get in that story here in a little bit. But I mean, so they kind of lost out. You know, churches aren't having gatherings. They don't need the big trays of cupcakes for the kids, or the Sunday school class, or the Bible study class, or the book class, or the whatever. I mean, any gathering of 10 people or more, this mother and daughter bakery had to shut the doors. They had to shut the doors, and you know, they almost lost everything. The story was telling them how, you know, they've mortgaged and remortgaged, and they're down to one car that they do the deliveries out of, which is their actual personal car. They had, like, you know, delivery vans at the time, and now they're just delivering it out of the back of their Avalon or whatever they're driving around. So they shut the doors today, which is sad. It's sad that, you know, these people that started, they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know that this was going to be an unfortunate time. But the positive note of the article, the guy telling the story, was saying that the mother and daughter will continue to bake in their house now, you know, because I guess, you know, they're baking in their own shop, and now they will continue where they started, baking out of their own kitchens and doing just private little local events for family members and stuff, no more than 10 people at a time. But it's sad. It's sad that those people had a dream. It's the American dream to make your way in the world, and like my wife was saying, just make as much money as possible so you don't have to worry about making as much money as possible. Or something like that. I forget what she said. She said something like that. Maybe I misquoted a line from a TV show. Probably The Office. I don't know. But, you know, I'm friends, you know, I'm part of all these, you know, different pages and groups on the Facebook feed. And you always see them now that it's curbside delivery. Well, curbside delivery and drive-through. Well, your main chain restaurants are already set up for drive-through. You know, your McDonald's, your Burger King, your KFC, your Pizza Hut. Well, not necessarily Pizza Hut, but you understand what I'm saying. And then you get your I forget what they call it, fancy seating, where you get like, you know, your Applebee's, your TGI Fridays, all those 90s restaurants, Cracker Barrel, you know, that cater to that type of people, or that type of group of clientele that want to sit down and have basically shitty food. I'm sorry. They don't have shitty food. It's all prefab. I mean, literally the boxes that you see in the store in the freezer shelf, I'm sure they just open those up and throw them in the microwave at the restaurant and give that crap to you. Oh, it tastes just like the restaurant, and you're sitting at home. But I feel bad for those restaurants and those, you know, cafes and stuff that, do you really, I mean, are you creating a good product? Are you, I mean, everyone can make spaghetti. No, my spaghetti's the best. No, your spaghetti's not the best, because the spaghetti over here, I like my spaghetti, but I like, you know what? You know why I like your spaghetti there, Don Marino's? Is it Don Marino's? I forget the name of the Italian restaurant. Let's just call it Marino's. No, because that's the football player guy. Let's just call it Don's. Don's Italian Eatery. You know why I like your place, Don? Why? Because I get free breadsticks and stuff on the table. And I like the atmosphere. You've got very, very good lighting. I like the lighting in here. I don't feel, you know, anyone who's got a social anxiety, any kind of, you know, fear of crowds in large places, your restaurant, I feel good to eat here. It's and the staff's always friendly, and the food's always hot and it's good. Your spaghetti's always on point. It doesn't taste like ketchup. All that stuff. But then, and your drinks are always cold. My highball's always topped off to the lip. My beer is always in a nice ice cold mug. Everything's always good. It's that atmosphere that you're paying for, that you enjoy going to that restaurant. Now you take all the atmosphere and everything away. All they have is their food. Is their food to offer you to keep them alive. And they say support your local restaurants, support your local businesses in that sense. But, I wouldn't go down to some restaurants. Like there's a prime example. There's a Mexican place up the road. We love going there. I've talked about it a million times. And I love eating their chips and salsa. I love eating their whatever's the special on the menu, I will get. So if it's, this and that and this and that, give me 2 of the specials and I will sit there and my wife will, herself and myself will eat it. And, since the lockdown, we haven't gone there. Oh, it would be great to have Mexican. I know, wouldn't it? Well, let's order it and go get it. What do you say? You know why? It's not the same. I know it's not the same. And I know they're locally owned. We have a small Mexican Latino community in Marshville area because we do have a lot of chicken processing plants there. And that's the labor force in this area. So, it is really, really good Mexican food because it's done very well. But as far as me going to get it and bring it home, I'll open up a bag of Tostitos. And my wife and I made the Chili's, the actual Chili's restaurant, the queso that you get when you order unlimited chips and Chili's. And we sat down and ate that. And now we didn't sit there and drink cold beer. I'm drinking it out of a can. She's, have a glass of wine or whatever. But normally we'll sit there and we'll have nice cold iced beers and she'll have a margarita. It's different when you bring it at home. So as far as the food being better, you got to have a goddamn great ass recipe for whatever you're making and bring it home. Or you just don't want to cook at all. Now I understand that. So you got 10 people, 10 households, 2 of them don't feel like cooking that day. Okay, fine. Go get the whatever at whatever restaurant. But the rest of the 8 people, if the restaurants were open, another 4 or 5, you would have latched on to them going out to eat. But now, because a lot of people aren't working, they're trying to make that dollar stretch a little bit more. They're trying to cook more at home. They're finding more recipes at home. Flour itself. People can't find flour. What? Well, why can't they find flour? Because the demand is so high now for them to have flour because people are making bread. They're making their own stuff at home. They're finding recipes. So, unless your restaurant really, and I agree, support the local restaurants. I would support them from here to until I'm drunk, passed out, laying on their lobby floor or their lobby floor or the restaurant floor. I will support them all day long. But I feel bad because I forget what the stats are, but I'm going to make one up. 65% of all restaurants fail in the first year. So, unless you've got a really, really stronghold. Now, barbecue places, I'm talking like specialty restaurants, are a little bit different. So let's say you've got your Sonny's restaurant, which they've completely, I could care less if they went bottoms up right now because they completely shit the bed. Whoever bought them and made them a chain restaurant, fuck them. They ruined the whole thing. Now, you've got Tommy's Barbecue and Beans Shack. Now, I could go for some barbecue because it takes a long time to make a brisket. It takes a long time to smoke pork, to smoke meat, to smoke that. Those I can see, man, I could go for a nice, tenderloin pork, whatever sandwich, and you go to the place and get it. Italian restaurants, again, it's the atmosphere. Unless you don't know how to make chicken marsala, get a little butter, get a little wine, melt it down, boom, Bob's your uncle, throw some mushrooms on it. But there's those specialty restaurants that people don't want to, that it's hard to make. I don't want to sit out on the back porch and for 8 to 10 hours and smoke a brisket just for the 2 of us. No, I'll go somewhere for that. I'll walk for that. But I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. And I know there's some restaurants, for example, those Cracker Barrel type restaurants that are just straight country, I say country, home cooked food. Come get your meatloaf potatoes for $6.99. Well, do I want to drive there? Do I want to run the risk of the meatloaf, chunk square that they give me is going to be small because they don't know how many they're going to get that day, how many orders. So they make, let's say 2 trays of meatloaf when they normally make 10 trays of meatloaf. So now they're the first cut's always, kind of medium. Right, I'll give it to that person. And as the day goes on and the time expires on those trays of meatloaf, you start getting larger and larger slices because they're trying to get that out of the door before, it goes bad. And then are you the last one to get that tray of meatloaf, that little brick? I don't know. So it's just really hard. I do agree. Support them and support the staff as well, but it's hard to do it. It's hard to do it when there's so many out there and you literally you want to get out of the house. That's why you go, I don't want to sit at home. I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. I don't want to have to do anything. And like my mom used to say, I just want to have someone wait on me. I just want someone to wait on me hand and foot. And it's hard to translate that into takeout food to support your local restaurants. I have nothing wrong with supporting local restaurants. I just think that it's really, really difficult for them right now. And is it going to come back? I hope so. I hope it does. And hopefully things change for the better for most of us. All right, stick around. When we come back, I'll get into some other stuff. You're listening to DeaconLive right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to DeaconLive. This segment is brought to you by Mikey Hamptons and the Meows and their new song, Dreamwave, from their new album called Okay, I'm Ready to Rock Now. You can find them on Reverb Nation, iTunes, Spotify, and all those places. And we'll play their song here in just one sec. That's Mikey Hamptons and the Meows and their new song called Dreamwave. So we were, I was talking about house parties and people gathering in large crowd. I want you to look at this picture right here. So I want you to look at this picture right here, and the way you see the picture in real time as I'm talking about is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com, click on DeaconLive, and you can see all the audio from all the podcasts that we do. We also have a video that goes right hand in hand. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me in the studio. Hi, everybody. I got like 15 cameras, so I'm waving all of them. Hi. So you can see the news articles as I'm talking about them in real time. And you can find it, and once you click on it, you can put it on your smart TV and watch that. And that could be your new your new thing that you go to bed to. I don't know, it might keep you up at night, but my ugly face, my beard, Jesus Christ, I haven't shaved or anything. My beard, my hair, I'm all over the place. Anyway, so back to the story. Chicago House Party is hosted by a, hold on, let me backtrack. A house party of a mom. What are they saying? Chicago House Party hosts mom is first responder outstanded by her son's behavior. So this first responder lady, while her 26-year-old son was hosting a wild party in defiance of the social distancing last Friday night, the Chicago woman who was working a 24-hour shift as a first responder because of the coronavirus outbreak had no idea that the party was going on. So if you look at this picture, this is from Facebook, and if you look, I mean, look at them. I say look at them like they're specimens in the zoo. I mean, it is. It's a zoo. It's a madhouse. There's, you know how they do the up and down picture and they do a freeze frame? I'm looking at this many people. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just counting heads because I can't see full bodies. That's how packed in they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 20, 23, 24, 20. At least 30 people just in this little up and down square shot photo of this house party. No one's wearing a mask. Everyone's hanging around. Everyone's literally just touching each other. It looks like a house party, but Jesus, the woman who asked to be remain anonymous was horrified when the police showed up to the door and showed her the video of the party that went viral online, Chicago Bulletin reported. I came home and my house was clean. Nothing was out of place. The woman told the station. After that some police came to my house and said, "Were you aware that there was a party in your house?" I was like, "No, I was not aware." And when she showed me, why did they say that twice? I read the same thing twice and the same thing twice. Okay. Police then issued the woman, as the homeowner, a citation for disorderly conduct, according to CBS News. The woman said she's been staying away from her family for recent weeks in an effort to prevent bringing the virus home because of her being a first responder and dealing with a lot of the public figures or public people. She said that the video shows easily 150 young people in her house. She was amazed that that many people could fit in her house. So when they asked the son identified as Janelle Wright, Wright, he knew his mother would be at work for the next few hours, 24 hours, and that he could have a party with nothing being done about it. He told the stations that he and his friends are millennials, and with us being just millennials, we didn't think that we could be affected by this since we are all young and strong. We didn't understand the severity of what was going on, and now it's hitting home due to the police citations and stuff like that. So yeah, this kid, little punk ass kid, had a 26-year-old son, 26 years old, was having a big old party with 150 some odd people, not paying attention. There's the picture. You can see it on there. And where's my money at? Where's my money at? Anyways, there you go. Where's my money at? Well, right now, my money is going to be spent here in Mecklenburg County. Now, Mecklenburg County, if you don't know counties and stuff, Mecklenburg is the largest, kind of the most expensive county to live in here in North Carolina. It's the county that surrounds Charlotte. Charlotte is in Mecklenburg County. In Mecklenburg County, the city council said as of May 9th, actually it says April 30th, which is today, that they will be doing a slow opening for a lot of businesses that were deemed unessential. Now, as of today, actually, I'm reading this as of a few hours ago, Governor Roy Cooper extended that all the way to May 9th. So a lot of people are up in arms because they said that we're going to lift everything as of April 30th. Everyone's getting ready for May 1st. And then Governor comes on and says, no, we're going to wait till May 9th. So anyways, May 9th, the following state order lists the outlines of what is now considered an essential business or activity. Defense and military contractors develop process and equipment technology, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Electronic retailers that sell devices such as cell phones, computers, tablets, and other communicational technology. Lawn and garden equipment retailers. I just bought my lawnmower the other day. They're still open. They didn't have to shut down, but I guess this is in Mecklenburg County. Bookstores that sell educational material. All right, so isn't like saying the same thing twice? Bookstores that sell educational material. Well, can't you define that books themselves, no matter what they are somewhat educational? I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there. Religious facilities, entities, groups, gatherings, including funerals. Now, here's the thing. Funerals, also service, counseling, pastoral care, and other activities provided by religious organizations to a membership and faith community. Gatherings may not exceed 10 people. All right, so I'm going to talk about that one here in a minute. Insurance companies, underwriters, agents, brokers, related, and that's what my wife deals with. She's in the not insurance, but in the financial stuff. Real estate services, including brokerage, appraisals, and title services, and automotive dealers are now allowed to open. That being said, they still have to maintain the 6-foot distance from other individuals, washing hands in soap. Everything's, the same, washing for 20 seconds, regular cleaning of high-touch surfaces. So all you people out there that had your little house cleaners, you go into people's houses and stuff and clean their house. business as well. That's an upsell for you. You can go in there and say, we'll, disinfect your place the whole entire time. Have you seen those smoke foggers they got out there? People walking around with those weird backpacks. And let's see. Mass gatherings is still defined as any event or convention that brings together more than 10 persons in a single room or a single space at the same time. So I'm like, they say it's such as auditorium. Auditoriums are pretty big. You can get 10 people in there and not even know that there's 10 people in there. Stadiums, definitely larger. Arena, large conference rooms, meeting halls, I can see that. And anything else, confined indoor or outdoor space. This includes parades, fairs, and festivals. Now, here's one exception. And because of you guys have been listening to the podcast stuff, the passing of my best friend. One exception to this. Now, this is only in Mecklenburg County, which is around Charlotte. One exception is that as an effort to promote human dignity and limit suffering, funerals are permitted to include no more than 50 persons while observing social distance requirements as they extend and to eliminate all possibilities of that as well. So there goes. If you're having funerals and stuff, people dying now. I know that I saw something in the news that's saying, Detroit, Michigan had how many weeks? 6 weeks, 5 weeks without a murder, a homicide, I should say, which was unheard of. But yeah, they're slowly letting that rope go a little bit, and as of now, it was scheduled for tomorrow, May 1st. With today being the last day, but now Governor Roy Cooper has extended that to May 9th. So check out your town, your locations. Make sure see what they're doing. They're slowly lifting it, and people are getting antsy. People are getting the ants in the pants. I saw something the other day. It says, why is Disney and Universal, they're going to let those people open back up, but they won't let like hairdressers and salons and stuff like that open up? You would think it would be vice versa. Disney World and all the other places hold, how many people can they hold in one theme park? Millions. Hairdresser in one day. Maybe 6 roll through your little chair there. You can't handle 6 people on your little chair. I don't know. Something's backwards. Something's not working right the way they look at it. So stick around. When we come back, I'm going to tell you about my little Walmart story. And I'm losing my patience. I'm losing my patience just a little bit. I need something to relax me. So when we come back, I'll get into that here in just one sec. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social networks and stuff and all our social pages. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. You just heard Mikey Hamptons and the Meows with their new song Dreamwave from their new album called Okay, I'm Ready to Rock Now. Find them on Reverb Nation, iTunes, Spotify, and all that stuff. And that is Mikey Hamptons and the Meows. That little hippie band and stuff, little rockabilly type stuff. I don't know. It's kind of catchy. I like it. Yeah, but make sure you follow us on all our social networks. And we were talking about people that are just kind of losing their mind, sitting at home. The one mom who was working 24 hours while her son, she was a first responder, and she's was on a 24-hour shift. And her son decided to throw a little house party and stuff. And then she comes home, and of course, granted, the house was all clean. Jesus, I know I've been to house parties where the place is freaking wrecked. And I'm like, kind of looked at my friend. Thank God I don't live here. That type stuff. Cabinets are off the friggin' sink drawers and stuff. Everything's busted. Oh God, stories, and pictures. Anyways. Some of those, your people out there is your healthcare workers, and they work, 10, 12, 14, 16-hour days as well. And they don't get a break. When I say they don't get a break, always. God. Sometimes they don't get a break. This young lady right here, I guess her friends picked her up from work, and she was hungry, and all she wanted, you ever know that those times where you just want something to eat, just shut up, drive, just give me, what do you want to eat? I don't know, I don't care, just take me somewhere where I can either sit down, have a cold beer, get something to eat, or you have a hunkering for one thing, one type of thing. Well, I want you to watch this video, and the way you do that is go to prophetradio.com, click on Deacon Live, and you can see the video to all the podcasts, and each podcast has got their video connected in tandem, so you can see everything that we're talking in real time. Watch this video here. Is it anyone you know? Oh, let's start this over. Resume video. Okay, here we go. So this girl's sitting in the passenger seat, and her friends are filming it from the back seat, and she just said, I worked 10 hours, so let's make sure she's okay.
Oh my God, it's brain stuff! That's a little excessive. Why? That's a little excessive. You know, crazy. Why are you fucking starving, Wing?
God, you should see the piercing in her eyes. She's like, I just want Wingstop. I'm fucking starving, Liz.
What did you eat today? I ate nothing! Nothing! I worked 10 hours!
Okay, I'm gonna shut up and you listen to the whole thing. You ready?
Oh my God, it's brain stuff! That's a little excessive. Why? That's a little excessive. You know, crazy. Why are you fucking starving, Wing? What did you eat today? I ate nothing! Nothing!
There you go. I mean, she is losing her shit. She's losing her shit. Oh my God. So I hope that you guys never have to encounter someone that they lose their shit that much. I mean, her eyes, the way she was looking, she could have killed. She could have killed. Those eyes could have killed. I almost lost my shit twice in one day. And I'm starting to lose my shit because, like I said, we're all sitting at home, and, we don't have children here. We have horses and cows and chickens on mine. We don't have kids of our own. So there's no kids bothering us, except for the neighbors' kids come over, but they're good. They mean well. And then it's just me and my wife. But sometimes my wife and I, what sometimes I think the old saying is, 80% of the joke is true. You shouldn't say that because makes you look ugly. Well, I'm kidding. Joke. Love you. Smooches. Heart emoji. But there's times where I know sometimes my wife and I'll say something and I'll respond a little wrong and she'll respond a little wrong. And then it's kind of like this 30 minutes of like, did we just get into an argument? I'm not sure. I got to go fix it. Babe, what I meant was, and then she's like, okay, I know. I'm sorry. Okay, everything's good. So you take that And you go out into the public world, as I'm knocking the lights over here, and I'm walking up to Walmart because I do the shopping here at the house, at the French, while she's working, and while she's staying home working. So I go out and I do the shopping, and I dredge through the fields and you know, the shopping cart lines where you're not allowed to pass them and stuff. So I go up to Walmart, and Walmart's got the shopping cart line with the police tape or whatever around them so you can't get through them. And as I'm walking up there, I always have my headphones on. Thank you, JBL, by the way, great sponsor of the DeaconLive podcast. JBL gives me like stuff to try out, new stuff, old stuff, whatever, new technology. So I have my JBL headphones on. I don't know what brand they are. They're Bluetooth, though, so I got them on and I'm walking up there. Now, I have headphones on, and they're not just like in the ear where you can't see them. They're headphones, big, fluffy, nice marshmallow cushion ears, great sound from my phone, which is in my pocket, Bluetooth, perfect. I'm walking, got my hat on, got my list, got my keys on my belt, you know, my little carabiner, and I'm walking. I don't wear sunglasses because I like to make eye contact with people and let them know through my eyes because I'm listening to, you know, news broadcasts and stuff. You know, I'm going that way. You know, it's okay. You know, oh, I'm sorry. You always say, I'm sorry. You know, they mouth, I'm sorry. They mouth it. Key word there. I'm sorry. And then I'm pushing my shot. I'm like, no, it's okay. Go ahead. I'm good. You're in a hurry. I'm not. Go ahead. So now everyone's got a fucking mask on. So I've got headphones on and I'm sitting there, you know, I'm sitting there trying to get, you know, pack of cheese. And woman kind of jarts right in front of me. You know, we're all supposed to 6 feet, right? What's the rule? 6 feet. Pretty sure it's still 6 feet. Jarts right in front of me. And that's a jog dart, by the way. Jarts right in front of me. I'm just going to get one of these. And I'm like, I can't hear you. But I see her mask like going, like it's moving up and down type deal. You know what I'm saying? You've seen them before. So as I'm walking up to, here we go, perfect world. Trav's the only one. I'm going to start a cult, by the way. After watching the Waco thing, I'm going to start a cult. You guys are welcome to join. You can be on my team. We'll go around and make the world a better place. For us, for me, for us, for the whoever wants to join. Everyone else can be pushed off to the side or pushed off the edge of the flat earth. So I'm sitting there. And I'm walking up and I got my list. I'm going over my list. I'm making my plan of attack. Okay, well, I didn't put everything in order because this is on that side of the store and that's on that side of the store. And I look up and I see a lady, older lady. And I say older lady, she's probably mid-60s. She probably hasn't been out of the house. Now, she looks like a professional woman of some sort. Like her hair is done. And I say done, I'm talking 1970s done. Like it's the Farrah Fawcett flip and the roll and the bangs and all that stuff. But she's got a mask on. And like a pantsuit, but like a polyester pantsuit. Like the 1970s pantsuit. Follow me? That was good. So as I'm walking up, I can see her hands raising toward her chest with her fingers pointing. Confused. And she looks at, and I kind of, you know, I don't have a mask on. I look at her, and you do the white person smile and blink and nod. How you doing? You know, the blink and nod and wave like, I'm good. Are you? Good. All right. The blink and wave and nod. It's what white people do. White people do it all the time. Just like black people. They come up to each other, and from far away, as long as they make eye contact, they kind of go, what's up? You know? They kind of just raise the chin a little bit. What's up? What up, dog? What up? So she doesn't understand the lingo, the head waving and the eye blinking and the smile and all that stuff. So she looks at me. Meanwhile, I got my headphones on. She looks at me, and I see her mask going up and down. And I'm like, okay, now I have to stop, grab my right hand, and remove my headphone enough like I'm a walking old school DJ, and I'm doing it on the camera here if you're watching, so I can have my ear out. I'm like, what'd you say? And her mask is going up and down, and she's realizing that she can't talk because she's got it so fucking tight on her bottom of her jaw. She's like, can you tell me how to get to... I'm like, what? And then she pulls the mask down. I'm like, oh, here we go. Already breaking rules. can you tell me how to get into the store? Is this the way to get in the store? I'm like, in the Walmart? She's like, yeah. Meanwhile, 30 people have passed me, and they're funneling down this shopping cart aisle leading to the front door. And I'm literally like, first day on the planet, lady? Have you never seen this store before? Have you no idea? Now, granted, she might not have been out and, how to get into the, operate in the real world. So she's like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, just follow these people. See all these people that have walked by you by the time you figured out how to undo your mask? Just walk on with them. Stay 6 feet. 6 feet. Put your mask back on and go. So I'm like, all right. So I start to walk. Now, because I'm a gentleman, you couldn't tell, but because I'm a gentleman, we were walking kind of side by side during this conversation. I said, what do you do when you're a gentleman? That's right. You take your left hand, because she's on my left side, and you kind of do like, I'm going to put my arm around you, but you're 6 feet away, and you kind of just scoop your hand a little bit like, go ahead in front of me. So she goes ahead in front of me, maintaining a 6 foot. She could care less. She has no idea what's going on around her. She walks up follows the shopping carts to the front door, which are the sliding front doors. Now, do you know the door? You know where they push the shopping carts in at Walmart? It's kind of like this big garage door thing. They always have it like halfway down. They just kind of push the garage doors push the shopping carts underneath it. Well, and then there's a little glass door right there, kind of for the employees kind of tuck in and out between there. So she walks up to that door. Literally says employees only, and she's pulling on it. And I'm like, by this time, there's no helping you, lady. Sorry. I go by her. She's pulling on the door. I go in the sliding doors, walk around to where I grab the shopping cart, and I still see her pulling on the door, trying to get in. I'm like, there's no hope. That's why the coronavirus spreads. That's exactly, that lady right there is a prime example of why the coronavirus spreads. I don't want to say she's ignorant, because she's probably smarter than someone else in her family. Hence the haircut and the polyester suit. But for the most part, and then to make matters worse, are you ready? Are you ready? Please tell me you're alone and you're not around anyone where you can throw stuff at them, because it's gonna drive you insane. So I'm done with my shopping and I'm walking out, and the shopping cart guy, now they have the electric things, the little motor carts that they have with I don't know if it's a Bluetooth or a power something. Thanks for that. So some kind of power operational thing to move the shopping cart, so you can slam 800 shopping carts on this thing and it pushes it through the parking lot. This big old long snake thing, the Nokia snake thing, is going through the parking lot. And I don't want to say the lot attendants aren't the smartest guys. When I was working for Home Depot, we actually had a lot attendant, or a guy that started as a lot attendant at Home Depot, and he ended up being a store manager within 15 years. So, I mean, they're not dummies. This guy comes up to me, and I'm walking, and I got my shopping cart, and I always park in the very, very, not in the front. I don't park close to the store. I always park away from the store. I don't know how to say front or back. Of course, all these text messages are coming in. I know, guys, I'm getting to the point here. So as I'm walking up, I can hear him. He's a young black gentleman, glasses, kind of looks like Urkel, but like kind of slower than Urkel. You know what I mean? And he's talking to this one lady. He's like, oh, my sister's name is blah, 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 blah. And they're talking back and forth. And I'm just kind of, I know I had my headphones on, but I had to take it down. So I don't like walking out to my car without with my headphones on, because I'm always afraid that someone's going to come up behind me and steal my groceries. A little paranoid. But, I'm a big guy. I can handle myself. So I always take my headphones off as I'm walking back to the car with my groceries. So as I'm walking back to the car with my groceries, I'm pushing the shopping cart, down the drainage, because the concrete's all cattywampus, and I'm going up. And as I'm going up, the black guy is now, I said the black guy, the lot attendant has now caught up to me. And he goes, hey, are you a trucker? I go, what? Now, in our Walmart parking lot, it's a huge lot. So they always have the deliveries park in the lot. So they're parked facing away from the store. So you might have 6 or 7 trucks out there waiting for the next day for the receiving to be open so they could be the first one online. So there's always big trucks sitting out there. And he goes, "Are you a trucker?" And I go, "Why?" And I'm walking to my truck, my vehicle, my Silverado, and I'm not there yet. And I go, "Well, what makes you say that?" And he goes, "You ready for this? 'Cause you look like a trucker." And I stopped. And I'm like, "All right, here we go." And I go, "Well, son," here I am. I think I'm a young guy. I'm calling this kid a son. "Well, son, I don't know how to take that." "Well, what do you mean?" I go, "Wouldn't you find that a little insulting if I wasn't a trucker? What if I said, 'Aren't you,' and I forget what the analogy I used, would you be offended by that?" "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know." Like I said, slow Urkel. I said, "It's okay." I said, "But you need to think about when you say something to people that you don't know and accusing them or labeling them to their face for the most part." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you know, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "All right, see you later." And get in the car, and I just kind of sat there and stewed for a little bit. And I'm like, I almost said the bad word. This little call me a goddamn trucker. No, anyway. So that was it was so annoying. Oh God. All right. When we come back, we'll make it a little bit more lighter and fluffier. I promise. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. All right. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social networks and stuff. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. And you can click on the Instagram, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the podcasts, all that stuff, on all the stuff that links you to us and us to you. One thing I wanted you to do while you're there is a little button that says Be Heard. Click on that. Opens up a little microphone on your screen. Say yes. And you can leave us a digital voice message. It comes right here to the station, goes in my email box. I open it up and I play it on the next podcast so you can be part. And you can comment anytime on any podcast, and I'll address it here on the air. So do that for me so we can stop pulling our hair out. Oh, so Puma, for those of you who are out there running around, staying in shape, Puma has created a new pair of running tennis shoes. Now, I wear New Balance. I like New Balance. I'm a big Nike person. When I was playing basketball with the Magic and stuff, I was a big Nike person. I like the way their shoes fit. I like the way their clothes fit. But as far as just regular run-of-the-mill jogging and running up and down the street, I think there's a song there somewhere. I always got songs somewhere, lyrics. I like a nice New Balance shoe. Yeah, they're good. Now, Puma has related these new trainers. These trainers have gone viral as people have raised and released and realized that they look exactly like the Nazi Germany, the leader of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler. Nobody wants to put on a pair of running shoes and jeans with their shoes looking back at them like Nazi Germany's Hitler. Now, if you look at them, if you're watching this on the screen here, and for those listening at home, well, you know what Hitler looks like. It's the little crop mustache and his hair that kind of swafts over to one side, and it's that really tight little boy cut. It's kind of a weird cut for a man, but all right. So the shoes, now if you're looking at your shoes, there's always that piece of material that comes up over the toe and kind of comes around back to where your I don't know what to call it, right before the arch of your foot. There's always that piece of material that comes around kind of halfway to the incel in what the arch of your foot. Well, these shoes are white, and that material has got like this wavy pattern to it, and it's black, and it kind of looks like the swath of his hair. Now, with that being said, okay, well that's a little far-fetched there, Deacon, but the tongue depressor has that, you know, that little loop that you thread your laces in the tongue depressor or the tongue whatever of the shoe to keep the tongue from sliding back into your shoe, that little loop well, that's black. So if you look at it on the screen, it's got this swath of black leather across the toe of the shoe, and that little piece of leather that holds the lace to the tongue is black, creating the mustache look. So people are saying, these look like Hitler. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You get a little far-fetched, but it does. I mean, for the most part. So I guess that's going to be, these are, for all you sneaker pimps out there, these are probably going to be the shoes to buy this year. So if you want to make some money, buy the Hitler shoes, go to Puma and find them before they sell out. There you go. Hitler shoes. Boop. Now, Facebook, talking about Facebook and all the stuff that Facebook does, they have released a care button. If you don't have a care button, then you're not part of the new regime that is Facebook. And you ready for the lies? Because I'm going to give you the lies. Facebook has now created along with the thumbs up, the heart, the laugh, the wow, and what's the last one? Oh, cry, and then the angry. They've added one more stupid fucking thing that says care. Facebook is expanding their like reactions with the care reaction to help people show support. Facebook also says that it hopes that the reaction will also show face-hugging heart, which shows a face-hugging heart to help people feel more connected with their friends and family during this pandemic. The care reaction is slated to launch globally on Facebook's app. Website will be a little bit later on. This new addition is one of few small features compared to the much bigger issues that Facebook is having currently, dealing with false stories with the misinformation of COVID-19. So they now have a little heart. Oh, I say little heart. It's the yellow guy, but now he's holding a heart, which means I care. I care. So there you go. If the other 6 emojis that were in there aren't doing it for you, not getting you what you want, there's now the I care button. And I created the lie saying, if you've ever been, you ready? Here's what we can do. You ready? You want to spread some fake news? Let's do it this way. Just me and you. We can do it. Let's say, because I put it on the Facebook this morning. First thing I saw was I went to hit, thumbs up on someone's post, and I go, holy shit, there's a new icon. And I clicked on it, and I go, what the fuck is this? And then I posted, and people are like, I don't have mine. Let's do this. Here's the story we're going to tell them. You will not get the care icon if one of several things have happened to you while on Facebook. One, you've been put in Facebook jail. Let's start that rumor, right? That. 2, if you've ever posted anything that's been fake news. Don't post a story because you'll get banned. You won't get the care, but it's fake anyways. So if you've posted or reposted anything that's been fake news, you won't get the care button. And then 3, if all you do is complain about presidential candidates or whatever, you won't get the care button either. So let's do that. Let's post that out there. Just, tell your friends. Don't do it on Facebook, or you can do it on Facebook, but, verbally, let's tell people that those are the 3 reasons. Okay, 3 reasons. You were put in Facebook jail. You're spreading misleading, where they actually do the fact check underneath your story, and a fact check, well, actually, And what was the third one? If you were spreading bad stuff about any of the presidential candidates or president himself, you won't get the care button because you don't care. You don't care. Those are 3 reasons why you would care. Why would I give you a care button if you don't care about these other things? If you don't care about what you're doing. So there you go, Karen. It's horrible. I know I'm horrible. Can you tell? Can you tell I've been trapped? Not trapped. I love you. I love my beautiful wife. Yeah, there's times, though, that we kind of go nuts with each other. Like the other day, we were, segue. The other day, she was like going, you know what? I've got, nothing to do. It's going to be a shitty-ass Saturday. What do you want to do? And for whatever reason, in the middle of the week, I said, I could really go for a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Oh, yeah, let's do that. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go down, We'll take her, because her car sits in the garage now, because she's not going anywhere. I said, let's take your car out. Let's go down. And you heard what Dan was talking about amusement park in the last couple of podcasts. I said, yeah, let's go take the car down. Let's go for a car wash. Let's get your car washed, get it nice and clean. And then we'll put it back in the garage and cover it up with an actual car cover, instead of just leaving it there for the cats and stuff to walk all over it. And then we'll go down to Dunkin' Donuts, which is the next town over, and we'll get our Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So, okay, fine. So we go through the drive-thru, order our coffee. Actually, went through the drive-thru, sat there for 5 minutes before anyone realized we were there. Already, mistake number 1. We're like, thank you, we'll be right with you. Nothing. Zippo. Literally like, I'm the old man going, hello? Nothing. I'll be right with you. Oh, yeah, I'll be right with you. All right, here we go. Already a problem. Yeah, I'll be right with you. Get up, do my order. 2 large coffees, extra cream, extra sugar. What flavor you want? Nope, just coffee. That's all I want. You want it cold? No, just 2 hot coffees, extra cream. Is this new? This is how you guys started your business. 2 hot coffees, extra cream, extra sugar. What size? Large. You guys still do large? So, get to the window and pay for it. It's like something ridiculous, $5.07 or something like that. My wife's getting the pennies out because, we have pennies around. So get the pennies out, $5.07. There you go, $5.07. Get to the next window. You can see the lady trying to put the lid on the new. They have new coffee cups. They're paper coffee cups, and they suck. They suck. They're pushing. She's trying to push it on, trying to get the clip. They got the old coffee lids on new paper cups. So she hands one to me, and I hand it, cross it over to my wife, hands me the other one, and we sit there. Now, granted, she has a very nice car. I do not let her do anything in this car. I don't let her eat. I don't let her... She can have a soda as long as there's a lid on it, but I don't let her pick up groceries. I don't let her pick up anything in this car. She's allowed to sit in the car... Because I said so. I'm telling you, it's a cult. I'm going to start a cult, and everyone's going to agree with me, and we're all going to be fine. It's going to be a better place, says me. So she sits in the car. She goes to work. She comes home. She's allowed to put her purse and stuff in the seat next to her, and then her computer stuff in the back. No groceries, no nothing. Nothing else goes in this car. The dogs don't go in the car. We don't go on family outings in this car as far as, picking up stuff from Home Depot or Lowe's. No. We have 3 other vehicles. Oh, shit, I shouldn't have said that. We have other vehicles that are designed to do this type of work, manual labor work. So I hand her the coffee, and I take the coffee, and the first thing she does, what do you do when you get a coffee out of the drive-thru window? Kind of give it a little swirl. She gives it a little swirl, no seal on the thing. Whoa, stop. Pulled over, went through the drive-thru and then pulled over in the parking lot. She gets out. She goes back inside. They went through 3 other cups. Ruined the whole day. Finally found a cup that didn't leak. So if you're wanting to go, and this is why, some restaurants are failing. It's these stupid little things that you're expecting something, and this is why I didn't get the chips and salsa, because when I get home, they're going to be horrible. This is why I don't go through the drive-thru. This is why I don't do this. And the chips and salsa is my Dunkin' Donuts leaking coffee. I'm sitting there and I'm like going, I'm not, I'll sit it here and I'll drive home and then drink it when I get home. Then that kind of ruins the point. It's going to be cold. It's going to... There you go. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I was completely, get ready for the hashtags on that one, completely disappointed. No, and they didn't care. They didn't care. You know why? Because they don't care. They don't care. When we come back, I'll tell you some stuff you might want to care about if you're looking for something to do and get a little bit more excitement out of your TV. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Hi. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us, subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts, and when you're there, make sure you fill out a review, whether good review or nice review or bad review, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to know that you're listening. If you don't like it, excuse me. If you don't like it, let me know that you don't like it and tell me what you don't like about it. I had one guy saying the other day, he's like, you talk too fast. I said, well, I got an hour show and I got 3 hours of content, so tough shit. Another guy said something about you are the lazy whatever of something compared me to some other radio show in the Orlando area, and I was kind of flattered. I was like going, well, first of all, you're comparing me to a radio show in Orlando that gets 3 to 4 hours of content, and then compared me to a radio show in Texas, and I was like going, okay, that's cool, and basically said I sucked as bad as those guys did. And I was like, oh, no, don't. And then I also get a lot of compliments through you guys as well. So I appreciate that. So subscribe, like, comment, and share. That's all I have to say about that. Sharing is caring compared to Facebook and the new heart, the thing grabbing the heart. I'm going to hold on to your heart and I'm going to strangle you. Those of us out there, we don't post a whole lot of digital photos of us. I say we don't. God, I've got some people that they only know one position, and it's them in their car with different outfits. And I'm like, oh, look, it's another drive-by fashion show. But those of you out there who don't post a whole lot of photos of you personally, because I don't like the way I look, or I'm too heavy. I don't look like I did in high school. I don't want people judging me. You know what? Post them anyways, because I've just started doing that a lot more recently. I noticed I haven't been doing that, and posting pictures of myself because, long story here is, I saw a guy that I knew in high school, and I saw him finally post a picture of himself. This is like 10 years ago on Facebook, and I said, "Oh my God, look at him!" And you just kind of go, I don't see him. He lives out in New Mexico somewhere. And I'm like, oh my God, he was the little skinny basketball player kid in high school. And now he's kind of an adult. He looks like an adult. And you look at him and you're like, okay, well, he's got a family, he's got kids, he's got a couple pounds on, he doesn't have his hair anymore. And I'm like, oh, he looks great. He looks good. That's the guy that I know now based on his personality that I knew in high school. So I'm just saying, just post some pictures of yourself. Who cares what people think? If they're friends of yours, they shouldn't care at all. That's the reason why we have, high school reunions. Now we're not having high school reunions anymore. So post some more pictures of yourself, your face, your whatever. I say your face, your body. Just put more pictures of yourself on and be proud of it. Be proud of what's going on. We're all in this together. I'm not going to give a big spiel and stand on my soapbox because my Hitler shoes didn't come in yet. So, just, be proud of what's going on around you and post some pictures of yourself. So we all want to see you. We all want to look at you. You know what? I'll be more likely to read any kind of antidotes or anecdotes that you post. You know, I think fish should be called fish, and you know, all these little things. But you don't post any pictures. I have nothing to relate it to. You know, if you post a picture, I'll watch or do whatever. So yeah, just get it out there. And heaven forbid something ever happened to you, and the only picture they digitally have of you is your whoever taking with their iPhone or their Samsung phone a picture of you, a Polaroid picture of you on the table, and putting that on the and that's the last picture we know of what you look like, and it's probably something horrible, and there's like a flashback on it. And so just post some pictures. It was just something I noticed the other day. I was like going, hey, you know what? I haven't seen this person in a while, and there's no pictures of them, no pictures of what they look like and stuff, and just to see how people are doing. And I guess post a picture to let everyone know you're doing okay. There's the long lesson of the lesson story told. So you guys ready to have some entertainment fun? I know you are. I know you are because I can hear you. Well, I can't hear you, but you know. Who? Are you ready for this? Of course we are, Deacon. If you're watching this on the video, make sure you go to prophetradio.com and click on DeaconLive, and you can see this. Guess what's coming back? But you remember Budweiser? Now they're not coming back. They've been back or been around for a while. Is this commercial right here? Based on the quarantine.
Hello?
Hey, who? What's up?
Nothing, B. In quarantine. Having a bud. What's up with you?
Nothing.
This is a classic commercial. Budweiser's bringing back the iconic classic commercial that encouraged people to check in on their friends during the coronavirus. Hence me telling you to post some pictures of yourself so we can all just check on each other through Facebook as well.
Quarantining, having a bud.
True. True.
What's up? What's up? Yo, who's that?
Yo, pick up the phone. Hello?
What's that?
What's up? Yo, where's Dookie?
Yo, Duke. Yo.
What's up?
What's that?
And they all hung out.
So you okay, B?
I'm good, B. Just quarantining, having a bud. Thanks for checking in.
So there you go. And they use it looks like all the original guys from the from the original What's Up. So that's kind of fun. So yeah, make sure you're checking in on your people, and the best way to let us know that you're okay is just post some pictures of yourself on Facebook so we can check on you, make sure you're doing okay. On there. All right, so let's have some fun. You guys like free games? I love free games. I just downloaded a free game the other day. I had to ask my a good friend of ours on the Facebook page, Joey McKenzie. Everyone knows Joey McKenzie. All he does is post pictures of food and pictures of video games all at the same time. That's all he does. Well, you know, he's got other stuff going on, but I mean, every time I post, and I'm like, oh, that looks good. You're going to be 400 pounds by the time this epidemic's over. So I asked him, hey, is this game any good? Because I'm kind of a, straight and narrow. This is the games I like, and I don't like to stray from those games. So he's like, oh my God, yeah. So right now, where's my article? I think I closed it out. Anyways, so right now, PlayStation 4, I don't know what they got going on with Xbox. Check their thing, but I know because I have a PlayStation 4. Pac-Man, the Championship Edition, Part 2, that's free for downloading. Uncharted 1 through 3, and that's the one I was asking him about. And I downloaded it. He said it was awesome. And I said, well, okay, awesome for a guy who sits there and takes pictures of food and video games all day long. So I downloaded. I love it. It's fun. It's Uncharted. I was playing Part 1 all day yesterday. All day. Sat in my big theater room, played it all day yesterday. I had my headphones on. Played, I'm still not done with Part 1. But that's out there. It took probably, I think, overnight. It took, many hours for that to all download. And then from there, I'll go to Part 2. Now, here's another thing that they're free to download is a game called Journey. I have no idea about this game, but from watching the trailer, and you guys can watch the trailer too with me, it looks, it's kind of moving. It's kind of cool. So here's a trailer for the free download on PlayStation 4 right now called Journey.
Is the critically lauded PlayStation exclusive Journey. A spiritual follow-up to Flow and Flower, Journey continues and further refines developer That Game Company's core design philosophy of provoking an emotional reaction from the player. In Journey, you play as a mysterious robed individual on a mission to reach the top of a massive mountain looming in the distance. As you make your way across the endless desert, perhaps even running into some fellow travelers along the way, you explore the ruins of a lost civilization while growing your scarf, which helps you fly and more easily traverse the environment. But Journey isn't really about its plot. In fact, what is there has been done before, and exploring ancient ruins is a common narrative device in video games, but it is used more effectively here than in almost every other similarly structured game, and that's because it serves not just to tell a story, but to contribute and contextualize the overall themes and feelings the game is meant to provoke in the player. As its name suggests, Journey is about the voyage of life from its beginning all the way to its end, its ups and downs, and who we encounter along the way. And while most games would make this theme explicit through a straightforward story, characters, and dialogue, Journey has none of that, and instead expresses itself in a way only video games can, through game design. The game begins with you alone in a desert, and this first level is used mostly to world you are exploring, and you are limited in what you can experience. Upon moving onto the second level, suddenly
so that's Journey for PlayStation 4, which is free to download. And if you download it and you like it, let me know. I haven't been. It doesn't look too familiar for me. It doesn't. I don't know if I'd enjoy it or not, but I like those. First of all, I don't have the time to sit there and play these epic theme games, but some of you guys might. So that might be a cool video game. It doesn't look violent, so it might be cool for the kids. Kind of like Minecraft when they build, people do the Minecraft builds rather than the actual death and destruction game. So it might be interesting for someone, maybe the little kids out there. Get off. And before I let you go, there is a friend of mine, another friend of mine on Facebook. See, this is why we keep in contact with Facebook as well. Let me know that this cult classic movie that I grew up with is now available on Amazon Prime Video. And growing up as a little suburban boy in Central Florida, in a little town we like to call Orlando. Actually, I lived in what they call Candlelight Park. Candlelight? I think it's Candlelight Park. The Pine Castle area, I guess I would say that. Little punk rock kid, little skateboarder kid, had the mohawks, the haircuts, the army boots, the suspenders, the shaved head, the safety pins all over everything. This movie came out in 1983, and I didn't get to see it until, of course, 88 and whatnot. And it was always like a copy on VHS. It was a copy of a copy of a copy. So like the first 15 minutes of the movie, when you went to your friend's house after school, was all like scramble. Hey, come on over. I got the movie, and we're gonna watch it, after school and stuff. And the videos, like the tracking. You're trying to fix the tracking to get the picture just right. First 15 minutes of the movie sucks, anyways. But the whole movie kind of sucks. But it is a really, really cool movie, and it's this movie right here. Cult classic from 1983.
Meet the kids from suburbia. There's Jack.
Wake up and smell the coffee, man.
Sheila.
I have so many scars already.
Joe.
That could be there all your life.
And Ethan.
I feel kind of scared.
You'll love them. Or hate them.
Metal rejects running wild in our street.
Look up, Dano.
Their music.
We're talking about kids. Kids like yours and mine. Well, I'm damn sure they aren't my kids.
Their home.
This is the best home any of us ever had. Besides, if we didn't have each other, we wouldn't have anything.
And nobody's gonna take it away from them.
You shut up! You molested your own daughter, you scumbag!
Hasta luego, shitface.
A new movie about a new generation. Suburbia.
So that's Suburbia, and that was one of those cult movie films that I used to watch as a teenage kid going through angst and the rebel. I'm a rebel. And basically the story is it's all these houses in California that were bought up by the county, and they kind of just boarded them up and really didn't do anything with them. They were going to put in a highway, and the highway, I guess, fell through. So now all these little punk rock kids, Mohawks, and punk rockers are all living in the houses. And it's a true story. It's a true story. Acting's horrible in it. But if you're looking for something to do and everyone's, I need something to watch on Netflix. I need something to watch on Hulu. Well, watch this. If you were in the punk rock scene at all, you'll appreciate some of the bands that are in it and just that whole attitude that Suburbia has to offer. All right. So on that note, I'll let you guys get back to what you got to do. Make sure you guys are doing okay out there. Don't forget I'm forming a cult, so if you want to join my cult, you can email me, by the way, deacon@profitradio.com. We can form a cult. I'm just kidding. You can email me anything you want. Also, go to Prophet Radio and click on the Be Heard section, and you can leave a voicemail. It goes right to my email address, and then we go put it right next, or put it on the very next podcast. On behalf of all you guys that have emailed me all the stories, if you have a story, make sure you email me, or a video, or a picture that you want to share with me. Just go to email me at deacon@profitradio.com. I'll let you guys get back to what you got to do. My name is the Deacon, saying goodnight and goodnight.
Wait, come back.
The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.